Hi, here we are at part 4 of the do-it-yourself Android car stereo head unit. And in the last part we talked about how to get your AM/FM up and running. In this part we're going to talk about GPS. Now, not all tablets come with built-in GPS. Built-in GPS does happen to come on this Samsung unit we talked about in part 1. And I had mentioned that I drove around with it in the Yamaha Wolverine. I laid it down in the footwell on the passenger side. It continued to read a signal. I downloaded offline Google Maps to use it. It worked perfectly. I could literally watch the dot leaving my house, going down my road. Everything worked great. I drove through the woods with it. And it continued, to show me my location with no Wi-Fi, no cell signal, no hotspot or anything. So it appears that this one is going to be able to work okay once it's mounted by the dashboard and the windshield. But a lot of tablets don't come with GPS, or if I end up in the long run having problems with the signal once it's behind the windshield, because I have a metal framed windshield with a glass windshield, hopefully it'll be able to get enough signal. But if it doesn't, you have to look at external GPS units. So if you're going to be in a car, it's kind of the same issue. If you're going to mount this in a dashboard, you may not be able to get a good GPS signal. So there's a variety of external GPS units you can use. Now, the smallest, simplest one is this small GPS USB dongle. It basically just plugs in to the phone or tablet. This one happens to be a micro USB under this cap. But again, you can put the adapter on and turn it into USB-C or whatever you need. Hooks up pretty simply. It recognizes the Unity Android and just starts working. You turn on Google Maps and it finds it. But it's kind of almost the same situation. If you have no GPS at all in your tablet you're using, this could solve your problem. But wherever you put your OTG unit is where this is going to be, so the antenna is in this. So kind of the same scenario. If you're getting great signal using this, fantastic. But this wouldn't be the ideal situation for in your car. This is great if you have a tablet you want to add GPS to and you hike or you're driving around. And I mean, it's a great little unit. So the second unit is this one right here. This one's the GlobalSat BU-353-S4. Now this one has your GPS electronics and everything built into it. Here's your antenna. And it's on this cable. Now I did try this one. Again, works great. Plug it in there. I just took a piece of double stick tape, stuck it out on the front fender of the Wolverine, drove around with it. Again, no drivers, plugged it in. Google Maps found it. Really didn't get much of a difference between the internal and that one. They both worked great. But if you're in a situation where you are not getting signal, you could do this. The only thing I didn't like about this was that you're limited by the cable length unless you want to start using USB extensions. I wanted something that was going to be more of a GPS module that had a screw-on connector on the back so that you could use a wide variety of GPS antennas. So I found this other unit on eBay from China. And this one here, it doesn't have a case, but you could make a little enclosure for it pretty easy. This one plugs in and it gives you a small antenna connector so you can use an external GPS antenna. So what this means is, that, and I'll say right away, you're going to need a small adapter because most of your GPS antennas are not that small. So you'll need a little adapter to get to the other size. But now you could do a roof mount that bolts to the roof. You could do magnetics that go someplace. You could build your own little bracket. This really opens up the possibilities of the antenna. And because you can put the antenna anywhere, you're always guaranteed you're going to get a great signal. Now this one did need, I had to fiddle around with drivers to get it working. The first 2 drivers I used weren't that great. The third driver I used, this worked really well. Just as good as the others. I can't say it works any better than this one or the little plug-in unit. I'd say it worked just as well. The only advantage to this would be, like I said, you can use a variety of GPS antennas with this one, and if you ever want to change the antenna or try different antennas, you've got that flexibility. So that's the 3 different GPS units, and that's what you'll need to do for GPS. As far as GPS software, when we get to the installation and we get to the end of this series of videos, I'm going to go over customizing the face of the unit, the best apps if you're going to be in a car, the best apps if you're going to be in the woods with no signal at all. They actually make GPS software that covers most of the trails across the United States that you might want to ride on. And where I am, I'm right next to Ocala National Forest, which has some great trails. So I want to do some more research on the software and make sure that it's got all the trail software and everything. And then I'll give you guys an update on the best navigation software. But there's lots of offline navigation software. So that was part 4. I'll see you guys back again with part 5 soon. I think in part 5 we're going to go over backup cameras and how to hook up a backup camera to the system. Until then, thanks for watching.